Top-ranked tennis player Jannik Sinner found himself at the center of a doping controversy earlier this year when he tested positive twice for an anabolic steroid in March. However, the International Tennis Integrity Agency, ITIA, announced on Tuesday that Sinner will not face suspension, as the banned substance entered his system unintentionally through a massage from his physiotherapist. Taking to Instagram to address the situation, Sinner expressed relief and determination to move past this challenging period. "I will now put this challenging and deeply unfortunate period behind me," Sinner wrote. "I will continue to do everything I can to ensure I comply with the ITIA's anti-doping program, and I have a team around me that are meticulous in their own compliance." Sinner's recent victory at the Cincinnati Open has only bolstered his standing as one of the favorites for the upcoming US Open, set to begin in New York next week. Despite the controversy, his focus remains firmly on his game. Determined to continue his ascent in the tennis world, the doping incident traces back to the Indian Wells hardcourt event in March, where Sinner first tested positive for low levels of clostebol, a banned anabolic steroid commonly used for ophthalmological and dermatological purposes. This is the same substance that led to the suspension of MLB star Fernando Tatis Jr. Sinner's second positive test occurred just 8 days later in an out-of-competition sample. Initially, Sinner was provisionally suspended due to the test results, casting a shadow over his career. However, after successfully appealing the suspension, he was allowed to continue competing on the tour. Despite being cleared to play, Sinner was still penalized, losing the $325,000 in prize money and 400 ranking points he had earned at the Indian Wells tournament. The ITIA's ruling explained that the low levels of clostebol detected in Sinner's tests were the result of contamination from a support team member. This team member had been using an over-the-counter spray containing clostebol to treat a small wound on their own skin. Unfortunately, the anabolic agent was passed transdermally to Sinner through daily massages and sports therapy. The ITIA emphasized that Sinner's violation was unintentional, and an independent panel later ruled that there was no fault or negligence on Sinner's part, which resulted in no period of ineligibility. Karen Morehouse, CEO of the ITIA, praised Sinner and his team for their full cooperation throughout the investigation. Meanwhile, the ATP Tour acknowledged the integrity of the process and the importance of taking care with the use of products or treatments. Jannik Sinner, who debuted at number 1 in the ATP rankings in June, is widely regarded as one of the brightest stars of the new generation in men's tennis. The Italian player, who recently turned 23, secured his first Grand Slam title at the Australian Open in January and has been consistently strong in subsequent tournaments, making him a formidable contender at the US Open.